guys, what's going on? All right. So it is actually Wednesday today. And I was supposed to go live yesterday. Whew. Usually go live on Tuesdays, and then it's like the entire day got away from me. And then I had 20 minutes and I had to make a choice whether I go live or finish up something. And I ended up finishing up something, and the day kept going on. And so the lesson here is when you're supposed to go live, just go live. Otherwise, there's always going to be something that comes up. So I'm just going to hang out here for a few minutes. Hey, what's going on? Just hanging out here until I get a few people on here. Today's session is going to be an Ask Me Anything, which I'm excited about. What's up, guys? Happy Wednesday. It's beautiful down here in Houston. I'm excited to be on here. The Ask Me Anythings are really fun. So, hi, guys. Drop me a note. Say hashtag live. Let me know what your thoughts are. What is a win for today? What is a win for Wednesday? And then let's get going. So let me know what your questions are. What can I help answer? I'm happy to talk about business. Happy to talk about mindset, branding. Been working on a lot of structural changes right now. Hey Jan, how's it going? You've got me. Jan, what is up? Shout out. I'm excited to hear what your question is. If you're here, say hey. Let me know what's going on and what is one win for your Wednesday today. I'm trying to think, what is my win for the week? My win for the week, I would say, is I've had a killer mindset. Like, just really working on imagining like who the future version of me is, visualizing that, thinking about everything that I could do that I'm not able to do right now, where I would be living, how my life would be, how my life with my kids would be, and just really exciting being able to tie in to what my dreams are and visualize it in a really immediate and solid way. And my attitude has just been on fire. I've been excited. I've been happy. A lot of gratefulness. And yeah, I've had situations kind of come and go. And I don't know, just feeling like a really strong tree and feel very rooted for this week. And that's because of mentorship that I've got. So let me know. Drop it down. What are your questions? I'd love to hear. Start peppering me with them. I'm interested to see what types of questions we're going to get for this week. So, all right. Hey, what's up, Alex? When are you getting into Nashville for the event? So I am going to Nashville this week. I get in Wednesday the 21st. So I'm super excited about that. All right, Jan. Jan has the first question. All right. So how do you approach branding with a combination with website development? Okay. That is a question I've gotten before. When you're looking at website development and you're looking at branding, it is similar to Facebook ads, where you shouldn't be getting your market buyer person to also be writing your ads copy. So if that ends up making sense. So when you're working with a true branding designer, a true agency, they will not offer website design as well. That's kind of, let's pretend we're good at both, but we're kind of average at both. That's what ends up happening. So it's just like niching down. And so when you are super concrete in branding, your focus lives and remains there. Whereas when it comes to websites, they need to be focused on making the technical work. They need to be thinking about the workflows and the flow between the user experience of how are they navigating these different things. They need to be thinking about SEO. They need to be thinking about where and how does your page connect to your sales funnel, and making sure all of that is super tight. And also making sure beyond that is that structurally, is your page actually getting hits? Are you actually getting people coming to visit you? Do you have the right pieces in play? And so I've seen the really good web developers will actually tell you that, they don't do the branding, and they say you have to get that done, and you owe us basically a brand guidelines that's fully developed. And then they can take that and they can run with it. And then even sometimes in my agency, I actually coach people through, depending on where they're at with their business, on how to take that branding and everything cool that we've developed and then hold your website developer and designer actually accountable to you. So Jan, what happens is, you're a lay person. You go there and you're like, hey, I'm going to get a website and, oh, cool, you offer branding too. And what you end up getting is the package deal of an average thing. And it's not your jam. You're not the expert at branding or websites, so you think what you got was good enough. You paid a reasonable price. Seems like they can do both. Wouldn't it be easier if it was in one shop? But what actually ends up happening is you kind of are more likely to get taken advantage of because the website company that's offering branding together, they have incentives for their branding group to finish you up faster and for them to take one of their custom websites that they've already done 17 times, do a copy paste and apply some colors and your fonts on there. And they consider it a check and they send you on your way. So when I've been hired before as like the creative director on the actual branding side of the websites, I'm holding the website designer accountable to actually providing us more, to be doing more, to integrating the essence of the brand, not just colors and fonts. And that's the whole problem with like, oh cool, like this website person's 15,000, this one's 10, and this one's 5. I don't see what the difference is, but your consumer does. And so when you take colors and a logo and throw it on a website is really just as effective as a logo is. It doesn't mean anything. A logo isn't a brand. A logo is a part of a brand. So what happens is you lose connection with who you are and who your consumer is. And so without that emotional connection, you don't actually convert any sales. So I've often told people, actually, you know what? I don't have a website. And I have made close to 6 figures in the past 5 months. And I don't have a website. So having a website is not necessary depending on what stage you are at business. But if you think having a beautiful curated website, even if it's gorgeous, will get you leads and will get you money, not gonna happen. Will happen. So hey, what's up? Joel, let me know if you guys have more questions. This is an Ask Me Anything, so anything relates to business and mindset or to branding. Just let me know what your comments are and what are your questions for this week. Where can I serve you? How can I provide value to where you're at? So Jan, what is it that you do again? Remind me what it is that you do. And also drop me what your wins are for this past Wednesday. Share to me what happened this week. I'd love to hear. All right. Okay, well, if we don't have any questions, I'm going to pop off of here soon. I'm trying to think about what else I could help answer, what else I could talk about for the week. But I was just talking to somebody about the fact that your branding is not what you think it is. It's not what you wrote down on a sheet of paper, and it's not what your logo is. It's what people say about your brand when you leave the room. And that kind of comes down to the essence of a person and essence of a brand is you can either curate it so that you can influence what people think about your brand, or you can just show up and let people kind of make their own decision. And a website kind of falls under that same parameters. Like it is very similar to a book. So, the sayings we were brought up with, a book, don't judge a book by its cover. But studies have shown people do judge a book by its cover, and they actually judge it subconsciously within 7 seconds. They're making a judgment. The point I wanted to make out today is that when a book is recommended to you, like for example, Psycho Cybernetics, really popular book. When I hear this is the book to read, and several people tell me who I respect and trust that I must get this book, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to click and buy it right away because people I trust have recommended it. So it's like a warm lead for a book. It's a warm recommendation. So when you have your warm leads, they don't judge your book by the cover. They already know great things about you and they're ready to go. So your branding doesn't really matter with them, doesn't affect them, not necessary. Could have it, could be great, could be subpar, they don't care. Who it does happen with, if I'm walking around, strolling around Barnes and Nobles, or I'm scrolling, around on Amazon, then, and I see books that I've never heard of or haven't been recommended to me, I am judging the book by its cover. Not just it, the words, how it's presented, the cover, all of that. Very similar to when a cold lead finds you. When a cold lead finds you, they don't have any context of who you are. Their brain does not know how they can file and rank you in the system. And so they do judge you by the cover. And that's where a lot of people get a little bit stymied and lost. They're like, well, I still get clients, with my branding and whatever. And I'm like, you are, but you are missing a steady stream of cold leads that just looked you over. Just like having a poor design on a cover. Hey, what's going on, Paula? Nice to see you on here. Hashtag me with a live if you're here. Let me know what your wins were for the week. I'm not seeing any wins, guys. What does that mean? Everybody just totally fell off the earth this week. What happened? Tell me what's going on. Talk to me. So, okay. So Joel is asking, let me know what your questions are. Joel's asking, what is the most important thing I can do to separate myself from my competitors? That's a really good question. The most important thing to do to separate from your competitors is to know who you really are, in terms of your values and your vision and your mission, and understanding exactly how that is going to either attract or detract from who your ideal client's avatar is. And a lot of times what happens is if you're going to toe-to-toe with competition and people are going to other people, or you are getting secondhand people, which means secondhand jewelry. I'm reading Corey's comment. If you're getting secondhand customers, meaning they tried somebody else, and I know you're in coaching, Joelle. So if they have tried somebody else's coaching and it didn't work and they picked you second, and they tell you about the fact that they went with your competitor, here's what they didn't like, whatever. Think about it. You are getting picked second for a reason. So there is an impression that got cast because they didn't know who you were. So when it was toe to toe and they didn't know who people were, they're going to judge the book by its cover and how it's presented. So part of it is visual, is the brand identity, the colors, how professional it seems, how much it brings somebody in, how much does it speak to your avatar. And the second piece is the messaging. The messaging is really complicated. It's not super easy to explain. It's kind of like organic. You have to know what to say to your audience to get them excited, to get them intrigued, to get them to want to speak to you. And then the rest is up to you. Let me know if you have any more questions there. What's up, Dom? What's going on? How you doing, girl? Doing Ask Me Anything, so let me know what's up. Hi, Corey. Nice to see you here. Got some inspiration. Got some inspiration for a new jewelry design. Very cool. Exciting. Dom, I know you have a win. Let me share it. Share what your win is, girl. Win landed a new client that is pumped to take next steps towards being a beast and living the life she wants. That's awesome. This is a big win, Dom. Really, really excited for you. Super excited. I said it at the beginning of my live. My win was amazing mindset shift, know exactly who I need to be, the future version of myself, and have it mapped out, both written out and mapped out in my mind. Okay, we got a question here from Jan. What is the difference in actions taken to make 10K a month and 20K a month? That is the biggest leap, Jan. So actually, I should correct myself. The biggest leap for an entrepreneur is going from 0K to 10K. That is equivalent to, I don't know, Jan, do you have kids? Can you drop it in the comments? I don't know how many people on here have kids. I've got two. I've got a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old. And so I'll use this analogy. Otherwise, I'll use a kid. If you have cats or dogs, I'll use that. But 0 to 10K in your business is like being an infant. It's the amount of growth and learning that happens, and pain, growing pains quite literally, from 0 months old, birth, all the way to 12 months. The growth charts and what the person accomplishes is ridiculous. It's amazing. It is such a feat that by the time they hit 10K, they're like, oh, thank God I made it. It is really difficult. And if you've been a parent, you know the kids are really cute then. You have a lot of passion behind it, but your energy by the time you get there is kind of drained. The difference between your business and your kids is you're still going to keep showing up for your kids and your kids are going to keep growing. So Jan, when you're talking about going from 10K to 20K months, that's the difference of making a low six figure year, 120K, to going to 240K. So what happens then is 86%, I think 86 or 8, yeah, no, I think it's 86. 86% of businesses, small businesses in America make less than 6%. I mean, make less than six figures. 86% of small businesses in America make less than six figures. So what happens to your mindset is when you do get to 10K, you don't realize you are surrounded by an atmosphere of people, other entrepreneurs, family, friends, a lot of influences, both consciously and subconsciously, that you should be happy with what you have. You should be content with where you are. Aren't you lucky that you did this much? Don't you want to spend more time doing X or Y or Z? And what that ends up doing is any sort of energy that you had left after you got to that 10K to make it to the 20K is being depleted, is kind of being taken away, and your environment accidentally, I don't think people do it intentionally, it accidentally either down levels you or it keeps you status because you're supposed to be happy you're at 10K. So one of the fastest ways to make 20K is to be around somebody and get coached by somebody who makes 20K on the regular. And better yet, somebody who makes 40K, who's like, oh yeah, I remember that time. Here's what happened. So you've got to be around leaders and people who are already doing that and have normalized that for you. And they have a completely different mindset. They know why they're doing it. They can visualize what they were going to be like, who they need to be to making 20K months. And what I see end up happening is that people are looking for tactical, what do I do to get from 10 to 20? There's no simple answer to that. If I could give advice like this on how to get from 10 to 20K months, I mean, I'd be like a bajillionaire. I'd be like on Oprah, like everyone in America would want to hire me. And no one else can do that either. There's no one who can do that for you. But just like no one could get your business from 0 to 10, you did it. And so you can do it again. But be super careful around your mindset, who's around you, audit that. Do you need to be in an up-leveled environment? Do you need to consider a mastermind? Do you need to be a part of a different community? Do you need to hire a coach who can take you through and lead you in places and forests and valleys that you've never been before? That's the biggest thing. So if I had to say from the 10 to 20K, it's more mindset than anything. It's not as tactical. You don't even get into tactics until you're at 20 and 30K months. Then it's tactical. You can do some things tactical. All right, cool. Jan, let me know if that provided you some value. If you guys watching got something out of it, let me know. Joelle says, amazing. Love you, Bijou. Lots to think about. Love you too, Joelle. Love it. Really great question you had. Yes, B do have. Absolutely. Corey's got 2 kids, 16 and 13. Oh my God, Corey, I cannot believe your kids are 16 and 13. That's amazing. Congratulations. You have survived. All right, I'm going to knock out this one last question. Dominique says, what is the biggest change you've seen when implementing the new time blocking style this week? So Dominique and I are in a mastermind together of coaching. And basically what I did is ranked and spent more time on revenue generating activities at the beginning of my day. And then towards the end of my day is taking, meeting with my VAs, meeting with my contract team, those kind of activities. And so the biggest change I've seen, Dominique, is self-awareness around how much time I was not spending on revenue generating activities. And so what was really cool about this is, man, my revenue is at this point and I don't spend enough time on it compared to what I should. So it actually remotivated me and got me really excited again. And I saw the path forward. I see what I need to do. I see what people ahead of me can do. And so that gave me a lot of vision and a lot of inspiration on these are the keys to the kingdom. Now, knowing the keys to the kingdom and then going and trucking and finding the kingdom and going over the mountains and sludging through the rain and hail and going across the moat and there's tigers trying to, or alligators trying to get you and turning the key and walking in, two different things. So you can plan all day, but if you don't take action with what you learn, it benefits you not at all. So it's better to try something and go with it and achieve a little bit of success every day rather than trying to make a huge change and then you immediately recede back to your old habits. So what I'm doing is just 1 hour of revenue generating activities, and it's every morning. And I have that slot pulled out, I have it dedicated, and I know exactly what I need to be spending time on. I'm going to work on it more. I'm going to make it more precise. I'm going to actually deliberately decide what revenue generating activity am I going to do during that hour? Is it organic? Is it messaging? Is it adding friends? Is it hanging out in Facebook groups? Is it building out content for my own Facebook group? Which I'm having so much fun with my Facebook group. It is like a really fun place to hang out in the internet. So let me know if you're not a part of my group, drop a comment below and say, add me to your group, and I will send you the link for it. But it's been really great. We're close to 300 members. So woohoo, that's really exciting. Hey Tracy, what's going on? I was just about to wrap up. If you have a quick question, let me know. But this was just a fun Ask Me Anything session. And got some really good questions. Some that require a lot of different ways to address the problem and to think about it. So let me know if you have anything, and if not, drop me a comment. What is your plans for fun this weekend? I'm actually going down to Florida. We're visiting our family, and I'm super excited about that. And one of the things I've learned and realized is that as an entrepreneur, we need to spend time working hard, coming with ideas, like learning and strategizing and planning and taking action, and obviously serving our clients, making money, all of that. But we have to have a source. We have to have a source to fuel ourselves. We have to have fun. Like, we cannot be so serious and die hard about your business. Otherwise, you end up leaking out and you don't have anything else to look forward to. And that's kind of what spins you into burnout. So I'm focused on that. I got that going on. I have a full day of clients tomorrow, which I always love client presentation time. It's super fun for me. It's one of my funnest parts of my job, is to be able to be in front of clients and present stuff and get their excitement back. So anyways, let me know what your wins were for this week. And thanks for joining me today. I love talking to you guys. It's something I really look forward to. So anyways, cool. All right, guys. Have a happy Wednesday. Take care. Bye.